Okay. Wait a minute. Where's the laptop? They're supposed to give. Oh. All right, hold on. All right.
Did I get the AV team down here?
That's no good. No, I'm not using Wi-Fi. Just give me data. I don't care.
And my paw's on backwards. Oh well, guess I have to do this.
Oh my god.
It's an owl,
I
but
can be a doctor at that point.
yeah, maybe.
Looks like you.
Nobody look at me for a couple of seconds. You don't see this. You don't see me grabbing my mask that fell.
Hold on, I have to contact Crackle. I'm contacting Crackle. Oh, man.
Everything goes wrong in Tim's adventure.
I know, right? I contacted Crackle. Who do I talk to? AV people? Somebody?
Probably AV.
Yep, AV. Sorry, I went with my laptop went on the fritz.
I don't even have one. I need something.
I got a BlackBerry.
How do I hook that up?
So,
Bluetooth.
With that.
it's supposed to be there?
Yes.
Okay. I got it right. It's there.
Yay.
Yeah.
Somebody called me a chinchilla, and I was like,
Chinchilla.
yeah. I was like,
Oh,
what? I was so confused. How do you get chinchilla out of the?
Chinchilla.
Yeah.
There. Let's see. I don't see many there. So,
Really? They're kind of rare, and mine's based off of a pun with my last name. My last name is Brown, so I'm a brown bear.
brown bear. That's cute.
Yeah. What about yours?
Oh, well, I'm very basic.
I mean, there's nothing basic about a wolf.
I made this character when I was like 13 years old.
Oh, that's adorable.
I've kept it ever since, and I wasn't that creative as a kid, so I picked, very basic colors like blue and white. And I liked it at the time, so it's just kind of a relic of my childhood at this point.
I still like it.
Yeah, I have other unique characters too. I got like a deer, so a little more unique species.
Nice. As long as you're not a fox, then we want
What I don't know what?
a fox.
A fox. I'm not a fox.
Good. Because I have a friend who's a fox, and I give him crap about it all the time.
No fox.
I poked her on Discord and Messenger. I have a problem. I need a laptop. Does anybody have a laptop? Stat? Somebody? Nobody?
What? The one you already didn't bring. Nothing. It's a tablet place.
You get someone from 80 down here, laptop.
Yes, please. Stat.
Okay.
I thought it was gonna be set up for me. I'm so sorry.
Who is Dashy?
Oh, I feel bad.
There's someone who's building
I poked Crackle, and now I'm poking Charlie about it. And now
His name is Bear.
Yes,
I take a photo with him.
absolutely. It'll make
You
send
totally
it.
should.
I will for sure.
Yeah.
If you have a telegram, I can message it to you.
I have a telegram.
There you go.
Thanks, Charlie.
Yeah.
Not being helpful at all. Technical difficulties. We need a laptop.
I believe is.
Hey, the Dutch scooter got here. Dutch anal dragon scooter. That is super cute.
My Mac makes that noise sometimes.
It is at Mystic 2017 capital M.
Capital A.
Yep.
Can you see him enough?
Desktop that runs
Yep.
Windows 95.
0 to 1 time. Capital M
Windows
Y
95.
Oh.
I mean, I'll take anything. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if it's hella slow.
There we go.
I don't care if it's old Windows or not. For a while, I used 7 till I upgraded to 10.
Yeah, camera's very cheap quality. No laptop.
Gotcha. Thank you.
Do you guys have a laptop? Anybody? Anybody?
I just started jumping.
Thank
Anybody?
you.
iPhone.
Thank you. My son, his name is Click.
That's awesome. I love President.
Yeah.
I'm kind of biased, but I guess
I can't get Cousin Crackle's attention.
Oh, no.
And she promised me a laptop.
That's amazing.
She also promised me a Charlie game, but I guess that doesn't matter. I go without that.
And it's Bluetooth toy too. We could bring in a whiteboard, go manual.
Yeah.
I might just end up doing that with a whiteboard around.
How good are you at pantomime?
You can just set your phone up there on the screen.
Yeah.
Look really close at it.
Does
Unfortunately,
that
don't think it has an
Bluetooth?
inverter. No, it just has a Wi-Fi connection that is not working, unfortunately. Wi-Fi. And I don't think we have an available converter for phones, but if you have somebody who's lending you a laptop,
Get Crackle.
that may be your best bet.
You should get Crackle.
Oh, fun. How was it? Most people.
I don't feel like
Laptop or a whiteboard?
Yes, a whiteboard. Oh, yes, I might just have to makeshift it with a whiteboard. Is that possible?
Unfortunately, we do not have whiteboards available, but
Chalkboards?
Chalkboards?
Chalkboard has one of these.
Have a sketchbook, you could just doodle us pictures and show it off.
Show and tell, you just pass it around.
Exactly.
You get to look at it. You get to look at it.
I have an Android, so
Okay.
it's like a Moto.
does it have USB-C on the bottom?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh, nice.
I am the film student at
No, you need something that goes USB-C to HDMI.
And as one of my class projects, I'm creating a TV show about the furry fandom.
Oh my god.
Yes.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So, watch it on Milwaukee PBS sometime next semester.
I don't think considering DVR had that
I'm
far.
hardly dying over there.
Yeah.
You
I
have a
can't
laptop.
get Crackle's attention.
Do you have a laptop? Do you have a laptop?
You have a laptop?
Nah, once I didn't bring mine.
It's like perfect.
Oh, that's sweet. Oh boy.
Wow. Sorry, my tail's so big it has to take up the separate seat. Sorry. So this is the entrance to the fursuit. I guess enough of it.
Yeah, I'm so sorry, guys. I feel bad. We're having technical less difficulties.
Technically,
Yeah, what's
the lack of technology.
Yep.
Problem.
Yeah.
Lack of
The
thereof.
front one.
Which one?
The one up front.
I have so many.
The first one. Just like my friends have seen.
Really?
Yeah, just like
Why is she not responding?
Yeah, that's my cell phone. His name is Beyond, which is basically
My mom has a laptop.
I named him. Yeah,
Oh,
I named
oh,
him.
yeah, she has one.
I wanted him
Brought
to
my,
be just like me.
proxy.
She has one?
Yeah. I just asked her if we can use it.
I'll do this.
Yeah, I have
Crackle. I don't.
One of
I
these
don't have
O's
the
are
laptop.
I have a laptop in my room.
Oh, okay, that's what they're looking for.
I don't have the laptop for the fursuit. Caramel room. Yes. Yeah, because I thought you were.
This is probably. And it's rain shine.
I know, I love it.
Sexy battle.
Are you from Italy?
Oh, she's
Yeah,
one of
you
my
can
top
ask
eight
about yourself.
that I made. I love her.
Okay. Yeah, the caramel room.
Like,
Okay.
Okay, bye.
Are you?
So you good?
Okay, I got Crackle's attention.
I'm
We might be in business.
well,
I was gonna say, I have a laptop in my room if you need.
Okay, if you wanna go fetch it, go ahead. If you can fetch it faster than her, then yes, go ahead.
Why do you take so long to ship stuff?
Yeah, as long as what I'm talking about.
Well, it's not that. It's a little bit.
Pegasus has super similar color schemes.
Yeah.
Make that a little closer.
Cool. Oh, I like the stop sign.
Yeah.
Sounds like a pony up here. We like being Jonah up here.
You like try?
Yeah.
You're a little bit.
Well, I always want to blast the music throughout the night.
That's a good stop.
This was actually the first drawing that I made.
I could do.
Oh, well, trust me, I got better appreciation.
I can make a mission mark.
I mean, wait, what?
I should have gotten here earlier, I feel bad. If I knew I didn't have a
Oh, yeah.
laptop, I should have panicked earlier.
I'm so.
Yeah, I think everyone's having.
Technological.
Hopefully when I graduate, I can start
Technical
doing
Yeah.
missions and getting
Fridays
ready.
when everything goes wrong, and then Sundays everything
Yes,
goes
of
right.
course.
I mean,
I also like in the movie.
is this what I get for not saying bing bong when you pass down the
Well, that's what I saw when.
I'll be here on Thursday.
Oh, did you?
Somebody did say ping pong when they passed down the mayo, didn't they?
Oh, so it was only one set that opened?
Yeah, only one thing we got.
Good stuff. Oh. Yeah, that's
Instead of Gale Pop 440.
Okay, the Dutch Angel Dragon furries will be coming back eventually.
You want to see something else? Here's my bookmark. That was Root. If you don't know, that's BB's girlfriend. BB's girlfriend?
Nope.
Nope. Oh, wow. That's surprising.
I've heard of them, I've been
I'm willing to skip the dress rehearsal just to get this going.
This is sitting at home in my
Hold on,
office.
she's calling. Hello.
Yeah, I love it.
Okay. Okay. Good news, we're getting a laptop. Alright.
Huzzah!
Okay, thanks, It's okay, I don't think I had a full hour of content anyway. But I was at this speed running. I might have close to an hour of content. I put a lot of detail into it. A lot of detail.
Get their details right.
Nuts.
I have a crap ton of art on my Fall Equestria list. That was actually my first drawing.
Well, actually, you can buy shit.
How do they look?
Oh, and I bought the sort of cheer.
Like this right here.
I thought the other pony fursuit was gonna be here too.
But you can buy one. You can get them on this.
I even have a Fursuits.
You can get the Mario Kart game. People are
You
really
go.
asking me to get it.
Oh.
Mario Kart
Fall
game.
Equestria.
Oh, it's power saving, it's turning off.
Oh, Illustrator.
It's got a power
Oh wait, no.
saving feature on it, doesn't it?
Source filming from 3D models.
I'll have to wake it up again.
There's no program where you can like design it versus then import it.
Blender. Blender. That was another one that I drew.
Not bad. Think you can kill horses.
I played the old one.
Wait, what?
64.
Your character was smoking.
I mean, yeah, she
I had to smoke this.
Like alright, somewhere make it actually.
Just the design and shit on the outside.
Well, they're not horses, they're ponies.
They put a lot.
I guess I appreciate that. Last one.
And that's
These mics actually work?
yeah, there's his name is Pinoca.
You don't see anything?
It's a small room, I don't have to.
Yeah, you don't see. Yeah, this was.
I might not even need the mics.
I know. I was like, oh my god.
High school, I went to.
Oh, I can't.
That was before the call.
And snowed in. Oh.
So being a swimmer like
And then.
it was simple vacations.
Yep.
Push those bed sheets.
Hopefully someday I'm trying to make sure.
They were being more
Need a laptop mic?
Yeah.
My hero. Oh, thank you.
This is my latest drawing.
Yeah, I want to pull back.
Oh my god, we have business, guys. Oh my god. Oh, I do have an emergency. It's just I gotta get to my chambers. Don't necessarily need sound.
When I saw this, I was like, it's fine. I just lost my mind when I saw that. I was like, oh my lord. What? I have no idea.
My hero.
I'll have to ask him how much it was, but I was so happy with that.
Like a color
I was
crackle.
just like, I was losing my mind.
You just need to get the internet to get to it.
Oh, yes. Okay, alright, okay. We're in business, guys. This is good news. Oh, thank God. Oh, who cares about CC Cleaner? I don't care. Get out of here. I'll just clean my junk later.
That's what it was.
Alright.
I haven't full hand.
Trying to type the Hooves on this.
I only have the snacks.
Huh.
That's the only
When
thing.
did you handle
A few
I know. I started late because
Probably have a full
Oh
Should have started 4:30. Please. Okay, come on.
I never heard of that. It's been going on for years. I mean, I've heard of Hooves, but that's like the art half of November is like right now, or like the most no goods. So that's where like okay, so October is art month and November is writing. Yeah, it's like right under the Alzheimer's survey.
So there's not. I think we'll smell it. Aha! Yes! Thank the gods. Celestial, Jesus Christ. Okay. Now to get this show on the road. I gotta speed run this. Okay. Okay. To make a pony fursuit,
Put on the hat.
you need to know the basics here. The head, mane, tail, ears, eyes, the tail, the bodysuit, the hands and feet, and pony leg shapes for the legs. And these are materials. You would need fur, preferably short pile fur for ponies necessarily. And for foam, you want a combination of 1-inch foam, 1-inch foam to make the shape here, or the digigrade type legs, like my feet here.
Oh wow.
And buckram is used for the eyes. You want buckram material for your eyes. And for wings, well, you don't necessarily have to use PVC piping and all that crazy stuff. That was the Stephen Emberg tried to do that method, but I don't. You could use regular foam or stuffing. I think stuffing keeps its shape better than foam. And you just cut out the shape of your wings. You need, I use PVC fabric for my hoof bottoms here. This is because I was trying this new experiment with PVC fabric. So when you have bad weather outside, when it's rainy, snowy, it's good for that. I'm trying this out as an experiment. And it does help prevent, if it gets rainy or whatever, you don't have to worry about bottoms getting dirt, constantly touching the ground, more than a regular fursuit does. Okay, so, and then you need thin foam sheets to do the white of the eyes and the eyebrows. You can get, these are really, really cheap. They're like maybe $1 or so. And the slippers you need for your fursuit feet. And okay, moving on. The tools you will need. A sewing machine, definitely. You want a heavy-duty sewing machine. I use a Brother because I don't like Singer anymore. Singers tend to like. I had a lot of problems with Singers. They always bunch up the bobbins in the bobbin holder, So I don't like Brothers. They can handle thicker material, so those are really nice to have. It's only $200, pretty decent price on Amazon, unless they're price gouging that like they do with GPUs now. Let's see, sewing needle and thread, possibly if you're hand sewing anything. Glue, glue gun and glue sticks, because you gotta, um, you know, glue together your head and your, mostly for the head. That's what you need it for. And small fans for your head so you don't overheat, as quickly. My buddy Regal has one in his. It helps you keep cool for longer because it just blows air in your head, circulates some air in your head. Duct tape, definitely you want like the good stuff. You want, Gorilla duct tape. Painter's tape when you're making the patterns of your fursuit head. Okay. All right. So going on down. Okay. Okay. To keep cool, I recommend a cooling vest. There's the easy cool down one. I use this one a lot. It's actually really good because even after it loses its cold charge, from the packs, it still will keep your chest cold afterwards for a long period of time. Even after the packs lose their cold charge and everything. And you can charge these cooling packs with, just an icy water or your freezer, and it takes just maybe like an hour for it to charge. So I guess if you want to like fursuit all day, have like an extra pack of that. Or if you're like a furry con where you pretty much all you do is fursuit, instead of here, where you can have multiple outfits. Tuning fursuit wings. I found a really decent tutorial here for how to do basic Pegasus wings. So you cut out your wing shape there, and you trace up the wing shape. Yeah, you just trace it out, and then you cut out two four pieces of, or you could just lay it down flat and then you just fold over the fur and then just trace it out and then cut it out that way. You just need two pieces of fur for that. They had a really interesting method, so I saved it on here. It looks like they used a curve out the edges. This is also really good for when you're making your head, making a nice curved, like curved edges for your fur. This person, it looks like these are detachable wings too. These are detachable wings. So you cover the base of the wing here. It would attach to your body. If you don't want them there to be raw exposed foam on your costume, I simply glued on a piece of neoprene. I think neoprene is a type of like stretchy fabric, I think, and folded over the edges up so it covers about half an inch of the foam of the wing. And using the fabric pattern, you drop it and sew in the fabric and for your wings. And there you go. That's how you do wings. Oh yeah, I'm just gonna go down as this part. It's too long. Anyway, I have it. I have my wings just like a strap up here, strap over here, strap over here, strap over here to attach them, and I just do it this way. It's just so much easier, especially if you use your wings for like cosplay as well. So this method here, this is a good, this is also from a plushie, but it's the same concept. If you want to draft out how to make your mane and tail, you put paper down and then pins, and then so you have an idea how big to make the mane. You trace it out this way, right? So you'll have your pattern for your mane right here. If you do it this way. Okay, so moving on. Your tail, here's how you, okay, here's your tail here. You basically want to cut out two little holes in near your tailbone for your tail, and you want you want to measure out from your tailbone. Get a measuring tape, go from here down to here, so it's not touching the ground all the way. Because if your tail touches the ground, it's gonna get dirty fast.
And you might step on it.
It'll get dirty. Yeah, well, I don't know. The really long tail, yeah, you might step on it.
Yeah, like this one.
Dutch angel dragons have really long tails. That's true. They have like really long tails. Awesome looking suits. I like them. And then you can just make any belt. You know, any belt that goes around your waist. What I do is you make two little okay, so you trace out your tail, right? This is how long you want it. I found this tail right here is a derpy tail. This is how I made my derpy tail. I stretched it out on so like Halloween, and then you have tail traced out, and then you sew the oh no, this picture depicts it better. Basically, you sew from around here, and you leave this part here where the black bracket is, and you sew around here, and then you stuff it with foam. No, you stuff it with polyfill. Sorry, it's been a crazy day. Okay, you stuff it with polyfill. That's the stuffing that most tails use. And then you have your finished tail like I do have here. This is my derpy tail. It's pretty awesome.
Aw, derpy.
Yeah, it was pretty crazy because I hand dyed this fur. If you try to hand dye fur, it's a really messy process, and you have to do it very carefully because fur does not like heat, and you have to heat up the fur.
That sounds like you can catch fire real quick.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't catch fire, but it damages the fur if you don't do it right, or if you cook it too hot. So it's like you're better off just buying the fur in that right color instead of trying to make it that color. Okay. So when you have your tail here finished, you want to cut out two little belt loops. They're the same material. It's like webbing material. It's the same material that's in backpacks, you know, on the straps on backpacks. So you want to cut out two of those, glue it onto the end of your tail here, and then you can tie a knot like I do here through the tail hole, so it holds up, and then you can get your tail on easily before you put it on your suit. You always want to put on your tail before you zip up the other half of your body, or else you won't be able to do it. There's different kind types here. there's digigrade, that is the popular kind. This is the on your hind legs, and you have an animal-like shape, basically, where you have your thighs. Let's see, this is a digigrade type right here. So I got a thigh here, and the shape down here. I was trying to make a pony-like shape on this new Dashy suit I redesigned. I made this one myself. And then there's plantigrade. You can do either one for your pony suit, but I think if you do plantigrade, it would probably be just below the knee and just like a big thing of foam instead of all these extra pillows. It'll be like this, but it'll be up to here where I did the shape here. For the digigrade. And now when you're doing your measurements, now see, keep in mind with a pony suit, it has to touch all the way to your finger, and it has to touch all the way to the bottom of the floor. So it's not like a regular suit. You have to measure out from your shoulder to your finger. You have to measure out. And then you have to measure out from your neck to your inseam and your crotch to the floor to get your correct pony suit sizes. Okay. So your I found a digigrade pattern online. It's also on my blog if you want to go to it. But it made it super easy to make this suit. I found this pattern on Etsy. It made it like super easy. Like you don't even have to make a duct tape dummy for it. Kind of easy, because this down here, this is a process. You have no idea what it's like till you had to make a duct tape dummy.
I mean,
Typically, you want this. That's just if you're sending this to a maker, right? And they have to have your exact measurements. That's like a duct tape dummy mistake. This is what my pattern pieces and your pattern pieces should look like. So I have the round shape like I have here. I have the curvature of the leg from here to here, and it should measure from your chest to the floor. So like basically measure from here down to here, and then for your arm sleeve, it should be looking like this, where you have the circumference, like you. Okay, sorry. It's been a long day. I'm really overheating.
I feel it.
I'm moving on. I'm sorry. I'm moving on. I'm speeding this up. Okay. There's also this method here. The McCullough's pattern. Basically, it's like an oversized animal costume, but you have to pin down the excess pattern to get the right pattern sizes. Okay, so for the padding, basically, okay, so you gotta make pillows basically, pillow for this like you just like a pocket for this foam here, because this is 1 inch foam down here. It's not a pillow. Okay. Zipper. I used a bigger zipper for this. It doesn't get. And then what I did was I have a piece of Velcro to hide the fur, and I have like a patch of fur just going across from here, so that your fur, your zipper is not exposed. So that helped a lot. Now for the head, there's many different methods of heads here. For this, it's free and available. But round, it's such a sized head, so it's like you want to put pieces of foam, like 2-inch foam or something, foam like here, and then the top of the head. So after I do that, the head won't wobble around because when I do that, it wobbles if I don't. This is actually what my Dashy head looks like on the inside before it was completed. It actually has the muzzle shape here. Okay, moving on. I'm trying to like breeze through this. I put in a lot of information. So this is like the method of the Tokyo. Like you put in this nose bridge piece, so you have shape here. Let's see. Okay, when also, I'm just gonna quickly go. For the head, you have to get painter's tape and put painter's tape around the entire head. It's usually on a mannequin head. I don't have a mannequin head with me, but imagine a mannequin head here, and then as your base, and you have the block of and then you have your foam. Your foam is basically the circumference around your head. Okay. And you piece it together. Okay. And there's also bases that have the movable jaw. You could find 3D printed ones online. Here's more of a detailed one how to make the eyes. Because you want, see, this is your vision here. You'll have tunnel vision if you don't, you'll have tunnel vision if you don't have like a big enough eyes. You want to have really nice big eyes. Because us fursuiters, like, we have trouble seeing things below our waist, or like see like this basically. So you want to have pretty decent sized eyes, like probably 2 inches diameter for your eyes.
Peripheral vision is your best friend.
Yeah, so like occasionally look down and make sure that you pay attention to your surroundings. It's pretty important to cover. Now you can just have these eyes, and then you can paint them with like acrylic paint right here, and then you cut around. Okay, so this is the white of the eyes. So you want to cut a piece for your buck ramp, and then the buck ramp here, that's your actual vision, right? That you see out of. Okay, so then you have your eyelash pieces right here, and your bigger eyelash pieces here to glue onto the head here. Hopefully I'm going over this right. I don't know. This is when I was making my Fennec suit. This is an example of what the painting job should look like. Just try to draw or paint out pony eyes. I guess you could technically use a printer too, but it doesn't turn out as good. time do I have? 18 minutes, I better rush this shit. Oh, I'm most of the way down, going to the scroll bar. Okay, so for your hooves, okay, this is important to cover too. Oh, I can take off my hooves. I have to take off my hooves for this. Okay. Basically, it takes some math. You got to know the circumference of your bodysuit arm here, and make sure that you have the right measurements here. And it should be the same circumference as your hoof. So you have 1 inch foam, at least like 6 inches here. And I use a piece of 2-inch foam on the inside. And then to have it sit flat, you probably just want another 1-inch foam for your circle here. So yeah, it should look like that. Your feet, what I do for my feet, similar process as hand hooves. I duct tape down a piece of 1-inch foam or ½ inch, I guess, depending on how thick you want it. I guess 1-inch foam has more support. And a piece of Ava foam. It's like Ava foam are those puzzle-shaped foam pieces that you find at a hardware store. They look like giant puzzle piece things. They're for the floor mats, basically. And then you duct tape, and you want to duct tape the part of your shoe here, your slipper, and then duct tape on the bottom part of the shoe here. And you want how I attach the feet is Velcro. Velcro is amazing. It's underused. It's amazing. So I put the scratchy side of the Velcro, then you want the soft side of the Velcro around here and on the bottom of your feet tubes. That way your feet don't, come loose at all, and it just sits there perfectly. This is how I do cutie marks. Basically, you can get it any, you can do it on a stencil, basically. You just do it. If you don't want to buy embroidered cutie marks from Etsy, I don't know, it just looks nicer embroidered. But here, you could possibly also do it with stencils. You get those thin foam stencil sheets, and then you go on the computer and just blow it up to at least 7 inches tall, maybe 7 inches, at least big enough to be noticed on your thighs, or where the cutie mark should be. I have my cutie marks here. I don't know if that's anatomically correct or not. I've been told to raise it up a little, but I don't know. I think it's more noticeable here because I'm usually in a maid dress on this suit anyway. And then you can glue it down with rubber cement or hot glue, whatever you prefer. I guess rubber cement goes more smoothly, and you don't have to burn yourself with it. It's like these glittery sheets, and you can cut it out with an X-Acto knife with your stencil. Oh, this is very important. You don't want to overheat in your fursuit. So when you start feeling sweaty and you start feeling hot, and you just I can keep pushing myself more and more and more. No, you got to take breaks because you don't want heat stroke. You got to stay hydrated. It's very important because you could get dizzy, and if you're sweating a lot and just it's bad. You don't want to get there because your first time fursuiting is your most difficult because you don't know your limits. Because I almost passed out because I ran into that problem. Okay. Yeah, so it's important to take frequent breaks. Take your head a while, go to the fursuit lounge, at least if you don't start to feel like really hot in the suit, take a break. You don't have to worry about, you don't have to worry about breaking the magic because you don't want to pass out from heat stroke. Okay, and stay hydrated. It's very important to stay hydrated while you're suiting and you're sweating a lot. I'm sweating around right now because this hotel is warmer than the old one. Also know that fursuits cost a lot of money, but if you make it yourself, it's considerably cheaper because a lot of popular, very bad. But he also makes the closed mouth heads, but I don't like closed mouth heads because it's just like you're pushing the hot air more in your face. I know a lot of pony suits have closed mouth heads, but I had mine custom made, so it wasn't. So pay attention. Also, you want to figure out how your fursuit head circulates because you want to really at least have a mouth hole to at least push out the hot air breath that you push up. I know it's hard when you have to wear a mask on. So Midwest Fur Fest is going to be really interesting for me.
See you there.
First, I'm making good timing. I'm surprised. Maybe it's a good thing I'm really late on that. Okay, fursuit maintenance. Very important that you know the basics here. You want to brush for your brushing. Have a nice brush with you at all times. And when you brush, you got to make sure it's in opposite rotation, right? So you got to go like this. But if you do it like this, you end up pulling out fur. I know this feels unnatural, but this way, at least you don't pull out fur if you do it like backwards like this, the opposite orientation. Because I just learned this recently. After all these years, I didn't know this trick. Now your head's nice and brushed like that. Your head, people are you for. I run into that problem like every furry con. They're like, "Oh, your suit's so unbrushed." Yeah. People will harass you, be like, "Keep your fursuit brushed." It's funny because I swear those people that complain never had a fursuit. Because it's like for a while to make the fur look like crap. So, it doesn't take long for the fur to not look brushed, That's the frustrating part. The best ones are like brush for your cat, But what do they call that one? Man, there was a name for it somewhere. Okay, also make sure that your fursuit is not in hot areas. You don't want heat damage. This is what heat damage does. So yeah, just don't let it be exposed to heat. Never put it in a dryer, obviously, because fur hates heat. It's very bad. It will destroy your fursuit. And so it's like don't leave it in a hot car, you know, it's like when you go to a convention, don't keep your fursuit in there. It would be bad. Cleaning your fursuit, you want to make sure to, woolite is basically the same thing as, you know, carpet, you know, for any wool type. Basically, fursuit's like a big carpet, so it makes sense to use woolite to clean your suit with. If you have stubborn stains, the best thing is Folex. I have a bottle right here, Folex. So it's like when you have a stain, you want to spray it, and then you like go in there with your fingers, and then you want to like take a microfiber cloth and go over it. Rubbing alcohol is also works great because it helps get out the sweat in your head, because you're gonna be sweating a crap ton in your head as well and your fursuit. So use rubbing alcohol to help with that problem. There's also the bathtub method. I don't like the bathtub method of cleaning because it makes your fursuit weigh 1,000 pounds, and you're trying to like lift it up to clean it. You're like, feels like 1,000 pounds when you're lifting it. I don't like doing the bathtub method. You could basically use your washer, but make sure it's set on cold wash. Never put it in the dryer. You can hang dry your suit and use a fan, basically, like a box fan or a circle fan. Just have several fans drying it off so it gets drier quicker. What not to do. Also, don't do what my friend's fursuit maker did. They ended up gluing the feet pieces to the bottom here, and that was a big mistake because you can't take off that part to clean it. So it's really bad because you can't get inside to fix things. Yeah, I don't even know why they use staples. It didn't even make sense in this case, and they used a crap ton of glue to keep it together. Like, no, you don't have to do that at all. It doesn't even make sense because it's not going to keep the pieces together. I saw this in my friend's fursuit. I was like, no, this is no good. Basically, I had to take a Dremel kit to fix it. This is one of my personas here, like Fennec. This is my personal persona that I did. I was so happy that I finally made an actual unique persona. It's not just a Dashy made. But there are sites to help you make an OC. I found a link here from Pure Ruby Dragon. You can custom design your OC if you're not sure what your OC should look like. All the ones that use Flash are gone now because Adobe Flash is, they got rid of it. Basically, that was the only one available. And I think I have good timing because, yeah, that's all I got. Did I cover everything correctly, I hope? Is there any questions? Did I explain? Who was your friend? Who? Oh no, my friend was Mystic. He's here. He's having trouble because he didn't get his COVID test. He's trying to.
What other options do you have for instead of phone? We're mostly being trapped.
I mean, there's not a lot of options unless it was custom printed. You can custom print your suit as well with the 3D model. I don't know what the circulation of air is on a 3D modeled one, but at least they have movable jaws. They're designed with movable jaws, and you can order that from the Fuzzbutt Fursuit site. I don't know if there's a lot of options besides for making your, besides foam for the head. I don't know of any that would keep its shape. You gotta keep in mind, you gotta keep your shape when you put it on. And the foam that's basically what it's designed for, so you have a pony-like shape. There's like thick thing of foam here for the muzzle, and thick foam here for the mouth, you know. So I don't think there's other options besides foam for the head. Not that I'm aware of. Was there any other questions? Did I not cover something? I hope I covered everything.
Good question. What was your website now?
I was Dashy Fursuit and Cosplay is where I first.
Wait, you first it later on and look through.
Yeah, Dashy Fursuit.tumblr.com. I did a lot of research, and because I was briefly going over this. So the more information is on that Tumblr blog. It was just easier than PowerPoint to get more information out of. I think that's it, because I should be out of time anyway. 6:30. Yeah, 6:30. So I'm out of time anyway. Okay, thank you everybody. I hope I did a good job. I hope so.
Now, since our next panel isn't here yet, we do have a bit of a buffer. So, like, if you still wanted to, like, talk and do it, as long as you can, like, pack up and get out of here as soon as they arrive, since they're not here yet. Like, they need time to set up, but if they're not here,
I have to
just
switch
go a
into
little
the
bit
call
longer.
outfit though.
But if you want to do questions or whatever, really quick, I would be okay with that.
I was trying to see if anybody did have questions. I'm hoping I covered everything correctly, because I was kind of briefly going through it because of loss of time. But I think that's everything, because I got to switch to the gala outfit. I have to go to the gala, but thank you everybody for coming. This is my first panel trying to run. Good job. Did I do a good job? I hope so.
You started with, you did good.
Yeah. Okay. Thank God. Because I don't think I had enough content.
Cut down a little bit.
Oh, yeah, Susan's laptop.
Yeah.
We are done now.
Did we save your?
Yes, thank you. You're my heroes. Thank you. My throat's all dry.